Hey, coming up next is DC News number 115, and we're going to talk about, the big Zero issues that are coming out this summer, which will just take over one whole month of the calendar this month. No matter what else is going on, this is what will take it over. All the big Zero issues from DC. Also, we're going to talk about iZombie, why it was canceled and what happened to the creator, and Brian Azzarello's brilliant idea for the Vertigo crime novel series. All that and more coming right up.
Prepare yourself for some DC spewage. Yuck. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
Caution. Images are much funnier than they appear. DC Comic Book News, episode 115, Lonely Load.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
DC News.
DC News! And DC News is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone, including all my DC comics, including all of my DC comics that'll have a 0 in the numbering. That's right, folks. We're going to talk about the big event for at least a week or two in the DC universe.
No,
coming
it's
up
not
this
a week.
summer.
It'll be the whole month.
Oh, for the whole month. For 1 month coming up this summer.
DC Zero?
DC
Really?
universe. DC Zero. We're going back in time and we're going to redo 0 Hour.
It's the 1 month. It's the 1 year anniversary of the New 52's launching. DC's going to mark.
I wonder what the anniversary of 0 Hour is this year. It's probably 18th or
the only person who
17th
knows
or
that is probably Dan Jurgens.
Yes.
But it'll mark. DC's going to mark that by doing 0 issues, which reveal things that happened before issues number 1 of all the books. Although I'm wondering about that because there's been 6 books that were canceled. So are we going to get 0 issues for the canceled books? Or are we going to get 0 issues for the books that replace the canceled books?
Maybe.
Now, one of the things that'll be interesting about this is they're going to have a lot of creative people working on these books that you don't expect. The Legion books are probably going to have a story drawn by Keith Giffen.
Okay.
And Scott Lobdell is going to write the Superman book. And Scott Lobdell writing the Superman 0 issue will have a lasting effect on Superman when you get to Superman 13.
Are they going to get rid of that crummy armor and give him his costume
no,
back?
he's still wearing. You're going to explain why he's wearing the armor and where it came from.
Something to do with a lawsuit, I think.
But Lobdell will be taking over the Superman book as the regular writer right after this entire September event is over with. So the Giffen-Jurgens run went, what, 6 issues?
Something like that. A little less than 6 issues.
Yeah, a little less than 6 issues.
Okay. For those of you who are wondering, 0 Hour was an event that happened about 10 years ago. It was one of the big let's fix the DC universe after Crisis events, which they did, which they felt the need to fix the timeline. And right after 0 Hour, which counted down from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to the 0 issue, the following month DC did all 0 issues on all the books that they had at that moment in time in the DC universe. They're basically just origin books, where they just retold the origin with the new 0 Hour continuity, and it sounds like DC's doing not the whole event, but they're doing essentially the same thing with this. They're sort of retelling origins, but they're adding more information to what happened just before.
Well, yeah, because you've got people who picked up the number 1s on some of the books.
Yeah.
Some of the books is kind of easy. Batman's mom and pa was still killed by Joe Chill, although there's a rumor that actually the Coat of the Owls killed his mother and father. That may be revealed. There's a rumor about that. So. But the editor is like, well, how did this stuff get here? How did they end up like this? And we'll set it up and go, hi, this is what happened.
That would be called needless complexity.
It'd be cool if they were killed by bats.
Yes, that would be cool.
One of the books that will not be getting a 0 issue, because it's not even in the DC universe, but one of the books that won't be getting a 0 issue is iZombie. And one of the reasons it won't be getting one, not only because it's in the Vertigo universe, but also because it's getting a stake put through its heart.
Well, iZombie was the ending of iZombie was announced sort of nonchalantly by DC at a panel at the Emerald City Con.
Oh yeah,
they didn't make a big deal about it. They didn't send out a press release.
The 8 people that buy it are freaking out.
The 8 people bought it. So
which
is
one of the reasons why they bring. And by the way, we canceled iZombie.
We canceled iZombie. I mean, Mike Allred his stuff. He's holding his schedule.
Let's see. We got a couple of announcements we want to make here. The Sherbert did not come in at the convention.
Oh, and we canceled iZombie.
The room has been changed for the Ethan Van Sciver panel, and we canceled iZombie. Okay.
So now that combined with DC's plan to do before Watchmen, the writer of iZombie, Chris Robinson, announced he was leaving DC. He announced it online, and then as an immediate result to that, the fine folks at DC said, Chris, you were doing that arc of the Ferris. You had like I think issues 12 to 13. We don't want you to do it anymore. Go away. So it's like, well, wait a minute. Bill Willingham is the guy who brought him in. Willingham is like, whoa, wait a minute. You're firing the guy I brought in. This guy's a novelist. He's an independent guy. You're firing him because he decided that he didn't want to work for you anymore, even though he'd already turned into scripts and he's already getting paid for it.
Because we are DC Comics and our balls are way bigger than they have any right to be.
That's really, really, really petty.
Hey, Warners! I had a question for you. When was the last time you had a $200 million movie its opening weekend? Superhero movie is opening weekend.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Our last story involves the Vertigo, staying with Vertigo. The Vertigo crime books.
Yeah, you remember those. Those little small hardcovers, little short things.
Little small hardcovers, which were a pain in the ass to rack here at the store. Thank you very much.
Didn't get any bigger when they made them into trades.
That's why they're still piled up in the back.
That's why they're still piled up in the back. But the Vertigo crime series, and Brian Azzarello has got an idea to do something with it.
Well, he's got an idea for more crime books, but DC said we have no plans on doing any more of those little small novels.
But he really wants to do
this.
But
he really wants to do this stuff. So the generalized idea is that once Spaceman is over with, he and Eduardo Rizzo are going to do another limited crime series for DC as part of the Vertigo line. But those little hardcover books, you'll never see those again.
Good. Those were a pain in the ass to rack. They really were. They really were.
They never justified why they were that size. Why were they that size?
You know, I hate
just to be different.
I hate stuff that's odd size. I mean, pick one or two different sizes
you can't
and
put
stick
them in a
with
box.
that. Don't make 20 different sizes for 20 different types of
If you
books.
got hardcovers and you got them on a bookshelf on your desk, they're smaller, so they just look weird.
Anyway, that's it. We're done with Finished Rider here. We got no more DC news, but
we have no more time for crime.
But if you go to the store's website, you'll find all the crime you'd ever want, and of course, that's provided by this man here. Bo, where can they find crime at?
The streets of Gotham City.
You know, Comic Book Man, flying leaps are all the rage. www.myalternaterally.com.
So, stop off at the Streaks of Englewood and find all the crime that you'll ever want. And until next time,
that's not an Englewood.
This is Comic Book Man.
And this is Bo.
How many people got shot over the weekend?
Saying, bye.
Alternate Reality now opens at 10:30 instead of 11 on Sundays. Losing half an hour sleep over this. Means you guys better show up.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.